This is for video homework. It's from chapter 6, section 6, exercise number 102 from the book. The question asks, a person has a rectangular garden with a width of 8 feet and a length of 12 feet. To form a border of uniform width, she plans to put sod around the outside of the garden. If she has just enough sod to cover 44 square feet of land, determine the width of the border. So we're given here the information. She has a rectangular garden. Its length is 12 feet and the width is 8 feet. Then she's planning to put a uniform border of uniform width outside surrounding the garden. We're not given the dimensions of the outside border, but we're given that its total area is able to cover 44 square feet. We know since it's uniform that both sides, this one and this one, are equal. So we're going to set it to x. And we know the area of a rectangle is equal to the length times the width. So we're able to calculate the width of the garden as 12 times 8, which is 96. Now we have to go about setting up a type of equations to solve for the given information of how long the width of the outside border should be. So we know that the area of the inside garden is equal to 8 times 6, which is 96, and we know the outside border total area is 44 square feet. We know the total area of the entire rectangle is equal to the area of the border plus the area of the garden, which would be 96 plus 44, which is 140. Now we need to set that equal to something. We know that the length of the inside garden is equal to 12. And we have to figure out the length of the outside border. So we know it's going to have to be 12 plus something. And we know that this side is equal to this side. It's uniform width. So we set it equal to x earlier. So we can have that set. The outside length equals 2x plus the inside length of 12. Then we can do the same thing for the width. We know that the width is equal to 8. And we have the outside, both equal lengths. So we set it outside width equal to 2x, same thing as up here, plus the 8. So we know the outside length is equal to 2x plus 12, and the outside width is equal to 2x plus 8. Now we just have to solve for x. So we can set the total area of 140 equal to the quantity 2x plus 12 times the quantity 2x plus 8. We FOIL this out and we get that 140 equals 4x squared. These two combined equals out to 40x plus 96. We can subtract, we want to solve for x, so we're going to set this side equal to 0. So we'll subtract 140 from both sides. We have 0 equals to 4x squared plus 40x minus 44. Now we can factor out a greatest common factor here of 4. All terms have this in common. So we have that 4 times the quantity x squared plus 10x minus 11. Now we can divide out this 4 since it's not any variable included, and dividing by 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. So this cancels out. We're left with 0 equals x squared plus 10x minus 11. And we can factor that further as x minus 1 times x plus 11. See, check this works. X times x is x squared. Negative 1x plus positive 11x equals positive 10x. Negative 1 times positive 11 equals negative 11. Therefore, we use a factor property. Zero factor property. Set x minus 1 equal to 0. And x plus 11 equal to 0. Find x equals 1 or x equals negative 11. Now in the context of this question, a negative number does not make any sense for the width, so we ignore the negative. And we know that the answer must be that the width of the uniform border must be equal to x equals to 1. We're going to check our work. So we found that x, the uniform width border, should be equal to 1. So let's check that now. We know that the total area of the entire garden and the outside border was equal to 140. So we had that the outside length should be equal to 2x plus 12, and the outside width should be equal to 2x plus 8. So we found that x was equal to 1, so we're going to plug that into these two equations. So 2 times that something plus 12, and that something was 1. So we have 2 times 1 is 2, plus 12 equals 14, which is the outside length. And we have the other one, the outside width, is 2 times something. That something is 1 plus 8. That is 2 times 1 is 2 plus 8 equals 10. That is the outside width. And so we know that the total area is supposed to be 140. So 14 times 10 does equal 140. So we know that this value is the correct value for the outside width.